During Chaplin's brief liaison with Peggy Hopkins Joyce, Peggy had pointed out in a restaurant Adolphe Menjou, the actor, as having the perfect Parisian style. And as I was friendly with Menjou, I recommended him to Charlie.
I discovered that Chaplin had the habit of lunching on Hollywood Boulevard at Armstrong Carlston's or at Musso and Frank's.
Menjou was one of the few actors of French origin in Hollywood at the time.
I made a point of arriving for lunch at the same restaurant and the same times as Chaplin, always wearing an elegant outfit I reckoned would give the impression of a boulevardier. This in itself didn't surprise anyone. Hollywood restaurants at the lunchtime are regularly filled with movie actors in makeup and costume. It was more conspicuous, I have to admit, when I asked a waiter loud enough for Chaplin to hear for fresh escargot in white wine sauce. Either this play acting or a reel of one of my films persuaded Chaplin to interview me at last. This in itself was unusual, cause Chaplin usually hated to interview actors because he felt so bad afterwards if he could not give them the job. He seemed to find me okay for the part, but was somewhat startled by my salary demands.
Chaplin, he's a male man, and the way he looked at women, I think, is very often from the male way of seeing women. But in this movie, he went in with great interest and looked at women. There are two main characters there, the mother of the artist and Mary, the woman whose destiny we follow, and they do change, and he cares about them, and he shows their good sides. He follows why they are good, why they make good choices, and at the same time he shows very negative things with them. He shows the mother, crying to make her son make very bad choices, giving the son guilt so he will deny the woman he wants to marry, actually driving her son to suicide. It's two women who drive one man to suicide, and over his body, when he's dead, they understand it, and their hands find each other. It's a feminine way of showing women.
I remember shooting began on November 27th, 1922, and continued for 7 months. Even in this elaborate feature, Chaplin worked without a script. It's a fact which already surprised commentators at the time. But in fact, by the time he came to shoot the film, the scenario, worked out over the preceding months in masses of notes, was so precise in Chaplin's mind that a normal screenplay would have been superfluous, even a distraction. And it shows that Chaplin, once on the set, worked with confidence and precision. We had a basic idea of the story. Then we would do the incident every day. We'd shoot for 3 or 4 days, then lay off for 2 weeks and rewrite and perfect it and rehearse it and rarefy it. Charlie had the patience of Job. Nothing was too much trouble. A real perfectionist.